Hi, this is Jim Barrett, your instructor for EDL 856, School of Community Relations. The purpose of this video is to walk you through the buttons on the left, give you some general expectations for the course and some of my specific expectations for the assignments. There will be some other videos that will go into greater depth for expectations for particularly the case study and maybe one or two of the others for this course. But for right now, what I want to do is go through the buttons on the left of the blackboard and kind of have you take a look while I talk about them, or have you pause the video and then go take a look at them and then come back. I want to just give you an idea of what's in the course, where to go to find things, and how to get started and get going. The first thing we want to take a look at on the blackboard is the syllabus. If you would either pause this and go take a look at that now, or listen for just a minute and then go take a look, I'd appreciate it very much. You will find my contact information, the conceptual framework for the College of Education and Technology, a definition of diversity, goals and objectives and competencies for the program, the ISLIC standards, which I hope you're familiar with by this point, basic content and outline of the course. I want to spend just a little more time talking about the instructional methods and the activities and requirements. This is an online course. It's sort of a do it as you go along. Do it on your own. It's kind of just in time assignments. You can do them when you have time to do them. I do not take off points for late assignments, but it's to your advantage not to try to turn everything in the last couple of weeks. I get overloaded with assignments and makes it very difficult to get everything done, and you get bogged down with the things that you have to do for your work as well as these assignments, and it's just not a good plan. The activities requirements. You will find general descriptions of the major assignments for the course, the personal bio, the participation, which is the discussion board, the interview report and analysis, the case study, the mock community relations campaign, and the summary reflection. Those are your major components of the class. The bio is a 20-point assignment. You will find the template in a variety of places. I will post them in bios. Once you get yours filled out and submitted via the assignment submission button, which we'll talk about in a minute, I will save it. I will put it back under bios, and I do hope that you take the time to read some of your classmates' bios so you have an idea of who else is in the class and who you're discussing things with on the discussion board. On the discussion board, there are two important things for you to know. Number one, your original response to the discussion board items is expected to be 3 to 5 paragraphs. I expect an original response and a comment from you on someone else's original response. Your original response is 3 to 5 paragraphs. Your comment on somebody else's is a paragraph. A "yeah, I agree with you" is not a paragraph response that will get you the credit. For the most part, the discussion boards are 15 points, 10 points for your original response, 5 points for your comment to someone else's. The discussion board will be up for 3 weeks. Then they go away. To get the points, you have to participate while the discussion boards are open. The interview report for the class, you will need to identify someone within your system, school district, special ed co-op, wherever you work, who is a key communicator or key person within that district, and you'll write a report and an analysis of that interview. There is a scoring guide found in the course documents. I encourage you to look very closely at that before you go do your interview, so that you know what my expectation is for that report, so you'll be able to conduct that interview, get at the salient points that we expect. That is a 100-point assignment. The mock community relations campaign is what I consider to be a semester-long project, but it's one that if you follow along with the weekly schedule, which we'll talk about in a minute, and do the assignments as you go along, you'll find that when you get to the end of the semester, you've got that thing basically done. You will need to identify a topic. I encourage you to take on something that is real in your organization that you may want to implement. You may only want to think about it and do this, but not actually implement it. But the more real you make it, the more value the assignment will have to you. That is a large assignment. It is 130 points. And then the summary reflection is just a reflection on what happened, what was good, what did you learn from the course. That is a 100-point assignment. Those are the main things out of the syllabus. Now let's go on to click on the button on the course documents. We've just gone over the syllabus. You can see that that is the top one. The next one is the weekly schedule, and I want you to take a quick look at that, if you will. That identifies the module and the week that I'm expecting you to do those. It also in bold has when the major assignments are expected. Again, I don't take points off if those are late, but it's to your advantage to get them done as you go along. You will find on there some the time frame for the summary reflection. When's the soonest I want it? When's the latest? That way we want it. Some people print that off and put it up on a bulletin board or something so that they can keep track of what's expected. The bio is the template that you will use to submit your biographical information. The interview report information, that's just the guidelines for it. The report scoring guide, again, take a look at that before you go do your interview so that you know what's expected. There are 3 documents there for the case study. I will create a video later on that will highlight my expectations for the case study. And then you will find 2 documents for the public relations campaign, just general information and the scoring guide. Take a look at that scoring guide up front so you know what it is you need to be doing as the course goes along to fulfill that assignment. And then the final reflection scoring guide. I use those scoring guides to score your assignments, and then you will get those back. The case study documents has those 3 folders in it that are relative to the case study, and again, we'll have a video on that. The assignments modules. This follows the weekly schedule. Click on the module, and it will open up what you need to do that week, what the expectation is for the course. The assignments submissions button, this is where you click to submit your assignments. This will give you the page where you attach your files. You are to create files, save them to your computer, and then attach them via the Browse button when you open those up. The discussion board, this is just like all the others. Go to the discussion board. You will find the prompts here on the discussion board, and I believe you'll also find them on the assignments modules. The bios is where you will find your bio as well as those of your classmates. I will get those posted just as soon as you get them in, or as soon as possible. The projects button is where you'll find, again, the bio template and information about the mock community relations campaign, and then the other general buttons for the course. I hope this gives you a good idea of the start of the class and my expectations. My contact information is there. Email me, give me a call. I will be happy to respond to whatever questions you might have. Thanks and good luck with the course. I look forward to your participation.